Hi, this is Wildfield Jerk coming at you from the unhappiest state in the U.S. of A., West by God, Virginia. I'm going to be reading a poem of mine tonight. Need a little backstory on it. FYI, it's found in my book, When Green the Grass, the Girl and the Fumbles Around the Fumbles of Desire. Still available on Amazon, I think, so feel free to buy them all that you can. But I want to dedicate this poem tonight to a gentleman named Daryl Winfield, who just passed away this last January. Daryl Winfield was the Marlboro Man back in the day. He was one of the Marlboro Men. There were quite a few, but Daryl Winfield had the distinction of being an actual cowboy. And no, he didn't die of lung cancer. There were lots of Marlboro Men over the years, and some of them had smoking-related illnesses. Now, there was a guy named David Millar. Now, he was an actor. He was a really, really poor choice, far from a cowboy. But David Millar died of emphysema as a result of smoking, even though he quit long before he died. The problem with that is that he lived to be 85, So that really doesn't fit the bill on a lung cancer, scary thing there. I really hate it when people screw around with the facts, just fit their politics, but that's a different rant altogether. This poem was written on the occasion of me going to home in the winter of 1970 from Charleston, West Virginia on a gray dog, leaving the old bus station. If any of you are old enough to remember that, then you're too damn old. But I was going through that alley there. The alley's still there, and there was a tobacco shop, a really good one that kind of sold pipe tobacco and good cigars and cigarettes. They all sold cigarettes because they were meat and potatoes. Now, I'm going through there in the middle of winter, and I'm killing time. My parents just dropped me off, and I was waiting for my bus going back to Nashville, Tennessee. And I was walking through the alley there, and I came across the tobacco store there. And I'm looking in the window of the tobacco store, and there's this big cutout of the Marlboro Man. And that would have been Daryl Winfield at the time. So I'm sitting here looking at Daryl. I never met the man, but I have a connection with Daryl Winfield. Because I'm looking through this window in the tobacco store, this life-size cutout of Daryl Winfield, the Marlboro Man. And my reflection is kind of in the window, is kind of on top of his Marlboro Man look, and we're kind of both there together, and we kind of blend there together. Yeah, here I am. I got my cowboy hat back then. I've always been fond of cowboy hats. Back in Nashville, I was obsessive about it. I had a little flat brim, the riverboat gambler hat, they called it back in the day. I got my own one now, Stetson, that I'd love to get. Maybe if I make any movie off this damn money, if I make any money off this channel here, then sooner or later I might actually be able to buy myself a new Stetson. That's my goal. I'm working towards that new Stetson. But I digress. Okay. Now in the picture, Daryl's kind of got his head down a little bit. Of course, he's like a cigarette, Marlboro cigarette. And I'm looking through the glass and I start thinking. And when I got to somewhere where I could, I wrote it down. The poem is called Hey Cowboy, Let Me See Your Face. Dedicate this, even though it was written back in the 70s, I'm going to dedicate this to Daryl Winfield. May he rest. Hey, cowboy, let me see your face. The scar where pain still lingers from the broken neck beer bottle brawl. The teeth gone bad and yellow like old paper from the chew you cannot swallow. The whiskers like a patch of stiff, dew-frozen weed from too many early mornings. The ravenous etching of an ugly time dripped down below your eyes. Your eyes, hey cowboy, let me see your eyes. Or are they set too deeply knit the herring ridge of your high wrinkled dusty forehead? Let me look into your eyes and see the passage of dim whiskey settle down to aching joints. Or the light that drained through your thick thighs into the heavy, hairy well of a sweaty, wetback Chicano whore. You're old, cowboy. You're old and dying near the grave your broken fingernails and cold split hands have dug. You are old in what you never were and what you never will be. You soon will never have the chance to be again. You're old. You're old. And you won't open up your eyes to let this imitation of an imitation, booted and jeaned young fool of a bastard look back and feel his father's flesh and hear his mother's cry.